Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is In the Blink of an Eye. I'm doing a series of daily morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a while ago, and the world has completely transformed since then. So if I encounter anything that seems out of date, I will give you the most recent information, and at the end, I will summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. Also, I have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to find out what they are. In the blink of an eye. It's been a particularly exciting year so far. We've had earthquakes, tsunamis, and tornadoes. Oh my. There's been a domino toppling of dictatorships in the Middle East. This was during the time of Arab Spring. And Obama done shot Osama, just to name a few things. Astrologically, we had powerful eclipses at the end of December and the beginning of January, and are in a month with 3 eclipses right now. Eclipses bring sudden, powerful changes, dramatic endings and beginnings, and reverberate with the power of 3 full moons each. And Uranus moved into Aries in March to stay for 7 years. It's just completing its 7-year cycle of Taurus right now. Uranus is the planet of surprises. Aries is forceful, moving forward influence. How can any of us not feel the effects? I discovered this morning that even though I live on an island near Seattle, theoretically, I could be at my mother's doorstep in Washington, D.C. before either of my brothers who live near Philadelphia and New York City. That's if I didn't stop to take a shower. That's because my mother, who's just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's but doesn't remember it, decided not to answer the phone today. She ignored 20 plus minutes of continuous calling. Caregivers were on the way over for their scheduled visit at that time, and I was calling her to remind her they were coming so she would open the door. So they were able to call me and say she was okay, but not before I'd gotten my suitcase half packed and checked out all the direct flights to DC. Things can change in the blink of an eye. Now, I'm psychic, so I should have known my mother was just ignoring me, and I kind of did, but it rang inner alarm bells anyway. And that's because my mother is not okay. I tuned into where she was in the progress of this illness. Systems are breaking down. It's not a crisis yet, but this was an early warning, a tornado watch, if you will. The Boy Scouts motto is a good one. It helps to be prepared, not in the fear of something happening, but just in case something does. Just as it's always a good idea to have a spare tire and a jack in your car, it's probably good to have extra water and canned goods in your pantry. In my case, I probably should just leave that suitcase packed. Energetically, it helps to be prepared. In navigating life, it's useful to be flexible. Change happens all the time, and it goes easier if you don't resist it. If you can stay grounded, respond rather than react, wait a few minutes or even overnight before making a choice or a decision to take action, it helps emotionally when you're prepared like that. Years ago, when my friend died, I realized that this lifetime happens in the blink of an eye. To consciousness, which is eternal, life on earth is fleeting. As essence, you want to enjoy every moment of life as it is happening. It's your chance to swim in the swimming pool. Why leave before swim time is over? Splash and paddle till the lifeguard blows his whistle, and be prepared with sunscreen on your nose and shoulders while you're in. This week, take a look around at your life and notice where you are prepared. Notice where you aren't. You don't need to dismantle the scaffolding of your life, but notice where you're clinging to old structures that are no longer working. What would it be like if you could gently let those go? For the next 7 days, practice being flexible and notice what happens when you do. And leave me a comment below because I love to read your comments. That was so interesting for me. The place where I paused inwardly is when I said to myself in this article, it helps to keep your suitcase packed. So for the last 6 years, I have been flying back and forth to Washington, D.C., and I've essentially been living out of 2 suitcases in both places because I come home for 10 days, 2 weeks, and then I pack my 2 suitcases and go back there and stay 2 to 3 weeks and back again. So I've got a lot of frequent flyer miles, and life is causing me to stay centered in myself since I can't ground into one particular location with any regularity. And it is teaching me how to navigate as consciousness. So even though as consciousness, I'm not giving myself a preview of what's coming up, I'm getting more of a sense of the route that I'm going. It's calling on me to operate as consciousness in every moment. So I invite you, like I said, to notice where you are prepared, notice where you aren't, but I just want to encourage you to acknowledge yourself as consciousness, to make choices, take actions as greater consciousness in navigating your life, and the world will be so much easier to navigate when you do. So if you like these videos, please share them with your family and friends and on social media, and also click the like button and subscribe, and that way you're telling YouTube to share this with more people so that it gets out to folks that really need to see this. And if you want a free consciousness technique, click on the link below to the Skybox technique. That'll give you a greater perspective of your life and give you insight on how you want to navigate. And if you want some manifestation techniques, Manifesting Money and Miracles is my self-study course where you can learn to embody higher frequencies, which completely transforms your external world. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. There you can sign up for my individual sessions where I take a look at the essence of who you are, what's going on in your life today, and I can answer any questions you might have. And it's all recorded just for you. And if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, Manifesting Money and Miracles is a great preparation for my coaching special where I work with you one-on-one and give you specifically chosen consciousness techniques from my collection of consciousness techniques that I've created so that you can transform your life. So you can find out more at my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow at another Morning Musings.